So I do plan on making a video about why we do not stan Pete Buttigieg. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I've been pronouncing it Buttigieg, and somebody in my comments was like, "Shoo, that's not nice. Don't say Buttigieg. You don't have to make fun of him because he's gay." And I'm like, I wasn't. I just thought that's how you pronounce his last name. But Pete Buttigieg sucks, and I'm going to go into more depth about why I think he sucks and why we do not stan Pete Buttigieg, just like the why we don't stan Kamala Harris video. But recently, he did the whole thing where he calls Trump supporters racist, or people who voted for Trump are racist. And this is something Hillary Clinton did too. We saw her call them all racist, sexist, homophobic, basket of deplorables, or whatever she said. And not only does that just alienate a huge portion of the population, what, like 63 million people voted for Trump. Not all of them are racist, obviously. Are some of them racist? Of course. Did Trump play into some people's xenophobia about immigrants and shit like that? Yes, he did. Did a lot of nationalists, who are, some of them are white nationalists, like his rhetoric? Yes, they did. But not every single person who voted for Trump is racist, and it's such a bad move to say something like that, not only politically wise, not only when you're trying to get votes, but it shows just a complete detachment and a misunderstanding of what happened in 2015 and 2016. The only candidates that I'm aware of who actually understand why Trump won are Bernie, Tulsi, and Yang. What a surprise! He spoke directly to the workers of the United States, and he talked to the Rust Belt, and he's kind of abandoned them now, but you know what I mean? Like, he spoke to people, he was like, anti-establishment and all this shit, and Hillary, on the other hand, complete opposite, establishment hack, war hawk, ignored the Rust Belt. This is a clip of Bernie talking about why he believes Trump won, and this is one of my favorite Bernie clips. Listen to this.
All over the world, you're seeing rural communities, agricultural communities in trouble, family farmers going out of business in the United States, in Vermont, all over the world. You're seeing people moving to cities. You're seeing gaps, significant gaps in educational levels, gaps in the utilization of technology. So I think what you're seeing in America, in rural America, where actually life expectancy is going down, there's a lot of people have been left behind. They're going, the jobs they have don't pay them a living wage. They're worried that their kids can't get an education, can't afford health care. Many of people in rural America are turning to drugs, to alcohol, to suicide even. So I think you got a whole lot of people who are falling behind, and you have political leaders who have ignored that pain and that reality. The fact that people are working for low wages, they are spending half of their income in housing, they don't have any health care, they don't have any educational opportunities. And a lot of people around this country, and this is why I think Trump won, is people look at the Democratic establishment and they're saying, hey, I'm here. Do you know that I'm making $10 an hour and I can't make it? Do you know that I'm paying a whole lot for rent that I can't afford childcare? Anybody worried about me? Anybody care about me? Anybody know that I exist? And I think for a lot of those folks, Trump comes along. I don't think people like Trump. I don't think they believe him, but he was different.
He's absolutely right. The Democratic Party failed the people, which is why I want so badly to see Bernie versus Trump, and I have since 2015, because Trump is a right-wing populist, Bernie's a left-wing populist. This is the fight we need, which is why I get so fucking mad when hacks like Hillary poke their head in, and hacks like Obama are like, better things aren't possible, the Dems are going too far left. Too far left. Right. Too far left in this case is being a left-wing populist and caring about the people and not corporations and the fucking establishment hacks. That's what too far left is to Obama. He's not talking about fucking SJWs. He's talking about candidates like Bernie, Tulsi, and Yang who challenge him and who challenge the status quo, who challenge Obama's legacy. Why do you think Obama would care that Bernie gets elected? Why would Obama care? I wonder why Why would Obama care? But that's just another rant. I could go on for days. Fuck Obama, fuck Hillary, they need to go the fuck away, and I just want a fair election. I just want Trump versus Bernie versus someone who isn't neolib or a corporate centrist type, who will actually talk to the people, who will reach out to the people and be like, hey, I see your fears, I see what you care about, come to mommy or daddy or grandpa, whatever, I will help you. And a lot of friends who I know who voted for Trump kind of have abandoned him now, don't like him, moved to Tulsi, moved to Yang, moved to Bernie even. And, but they always tell me, like, yeah, the reason I voted for Trump is because I felt like he was real. He cared. People like Pete don't get it. And people like Hillary don't get it. Everyone who voted for Trump must have just been racist. All of them. You know, I could say, like, people who support Trump now, I'm sorry, I don't understand you. Like, unless you're just a conservative, because there's no other choices in this race right now. Like, of course you're gonna vote for Trump if you're a staunch conservative. So, but I don't understand, like, the core base right now. Like, how? What? Really? Like, I could understand it back then. He was the anti-establishment guy. Now, you sure about that? Yeah, I don't believe all his supporters are racist or terrible people. I believe that Trump spoke to them. There's a reason why a lot of people who voted for Bernie in the primaries then went on to vote for Trump. People are very confused about that. It was like, what, 11% of people? Or it was a high percent of people. And a lot of people are confused about that, but that doesn't confuse me, really. Both of them are populists. And here's Yang's take on it. You ready for this?
So things are disintegrating in communities around the country, and our government does not care, really. There's no built-in feedback mechanism. You could say that Trump's victory was a giant cry for something.
Right.
Clearly. Yeah, help, anger,
Yeah.
like something, frustration. And the Democrats, to me, have not taken the message to heart. Where Hillary Clinton said something which I thought was jarring. She said, well, I won all of the areas that were economically prosperous. And then you're like...
She said that?
She said that.
That's
You can
like
look up
something
that.
oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, you can look that quote up and you were like, you just hear yourself?
So yeah, are some Trump supporters racist? Absolutely. There are racists in every corner of the political sphere. Does Trump feed into some of that racism? Yes. Are all Trump supporters racist? No. And saying that just, one, alienates Trump supporters from voting for you, and two, makes you sound like a detached hack.
Jones was like, are you done?
No, but keep going. Just talk, it's okay.
I would like to play video games.
Oh yeah, we could play video games. Okay, Greg wants to play video games, so I need to wrap this up.
I'll do it on mute.
Okay. Oh, I lost my train of
Hillary
thought.
Clinton sucks.
No, we're talking about Trump sucking right now.
Oh, he sucks.
We both suck.
Can we maybe have a president that doesn't suck?
I get emails all the time of people who used to be Trump supporters, and they're like, "Shoo, you changed my mind. Now I love Bernie. Now I love Tulsi," and it's really nice to see. But there's some Trump supporters in my audience that still support Trump, but they also have this like respect for people like Bernie and Tulsi and Yang. They'll be like, the ones that are like, what is that word, dissundry? The ones who are dissundry about Bernie will be like, Bernie's a commie, but, you know, at least he tells the truth. but Bernie sucks, but, you know, sometimes he's cool. It's just like, come out and say it. Just come out of the freaking closet. I'm gonna open up an ex-Trump supporter rehabilitation center. Brainlet's ex-Trump supporter rehabilitation center. Come to Mama Brainlet. I will save you. No, but seriously, these people are cringe, and they don't understand why Trump won. Russia, misogyny, racism. Couldn't be the DNC sucking. Couldn't be that. Anyway, yeah, that was just a really incoherent rant. I hope you enjoyed this. I don't even know if I'm putting this one up. It's 5 in the morning. Bye.